In 2010, an anthropology professor adapted his Pentagon-funded research for forecasting battlefield casualties in Iraq to predicting crime for American police departments. Based on the predictions of earthquakes and aftershocks, he created a revolutionary algorithm capable of stopping crime before it occurred. He named it PredPol, short for predictive policing. His program claims to have reduced crime in some areas by 27%. Law enforcement agencies throughout the world, including the UK, the Netherlands, China, and this year, Korea, acquired it. Here's how it works. Officers are given maps with red squares indicating where a crime will occur. The algorithms are based on past crimes. Police patrol the 500 by 500 foot square locations looking for suspects. Most often, they are in low-income districts. Shooting or arresting people inside of an invisible red square is one example of what Miu deemed algorithmic violence, the ubiquitous violence that an automated system inflicts on people that prevents their basic rights, like privacy, owning their profile, and not giving away their digital identity. But do these little red squares that are supposed to reflect our reality actually create it? It took 2 seconds to fatally shoot Tamir Rice, a 12-year-old black boy. Does PredPol also create programming based on the embodied metrics of a cultural history of bias? Does it promote racial profiling? Authorities have created a network of networks that uses AI, facial recognition, and machine learning to identify us based on the digital shadow that we give away for free. Predictive policing is not nuanced and often inaccurate. The multitasking red squares also score zip codes, email, and credit, and can determine whether you get a bank loan or a job. Harvested personal data has become monetized. Our digital profile has become a commodity. Coded evidence of who we are can be mined by data-driven gangsters who sell our personal information to the highest bidder. Last year, data surpassed oil in value to be the most valuable asset in the world. This puts all of us in danger of suffering toxic data spills like Equifax or the hack on corrupted elections. What about algorithmic mistakes? Faulty logic. Predictive behavior and algorithms can actually construct and alter real-life behavior. If a poor student can't get a loan because they are deemed, because of their zip code, to be too risky, that cuts them off from the education that could pull them out of poverty. The red square puts us inside of a coded prison. The red square has also been a place of revolution. We decide which we will become, prisoners or revolutionaries. Democracy is fragile. If you don't believe me, listen to the spirit of the deep web.
You can trust me. I'm here to guide you. Algorithmic violence is their secret force. In case you haven't noticed, you live in a state of surveillance. It is predictive policing that sorts people by color and race, then exposes them to the authorities. It is intimidation that unmasks what is invisible to the human eye. Algorithmic violence is not just surveillance. It's sniper terrorism.
We're being watched, taking biometric data from us. We're being bullied into taking our picture in order to get our keys.
A controlled society is a paranoid society. A paranoid society is a culture of fear.
I'm not trying to make you paranoid. Recognize their pernicious monitoring. I cannot compete with software disguised as a mathematical vector or engineering predicated on cultural suicide. I am not an alien. I am not malware. I make no profit from contamination. I have an indelible memory.
Escape and delete false histories and biased predictions.
Then you can unequivocally decontaminate and transform the evils of racism, the denial of civil society, the seepages of dignity, and finally, disinfect the future and build a place of unselfish solidarity and mutual respect. A place to dream of life beyond mere survival. Channel trauma into fuel. Transform suffering into purpose. Create prophecies of resistance. Reality is never stable. As a first step in reparations, pull a freeze frame as evidence from the camera in your previous blind spot and refuse programmed aggressions. Defy omens disguised as seductive suspensions of filtered light, even if you have to threaten a meltdown. Algorithmic surveillance is occluded because it has become lucrative. Wade into streams of flooding erasures. Become addicted to deletions and contaminated histories. Insist on being legible. Own your profile. Take hold of your avatar. Honor your shadow. Hold it tight. It contains your future and your past, and like DNA, history refuses to evaporate.
We have the right to our own identity and privacy. This is not on the horizon. This is already here.